You're listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCCW LP Conroe and 106.1 KZCC LP Conroe and worldwide at irlonestar.com.
Hi, this is Cindy Cochran. Welcome to the podcast of my show. Remember, you can join me live every weekday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on Lone Star Community Radio, on Conroe's FM 106.1 and 104.5, and globally on irlonestar.com. If you're a big fan of my podcast, subscribe to my YouTube and SoundCloud channels, and you're always invited to my Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show. The Cindy Cochran Show is brought to you by our title sponsor, the Wooten Financial Group. Call today for all your financial concerns, 936-449-5952. Oh, good morning, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. You know, I got to remember my name for the show.
It is her Monday, technically, so.
It really is, because this is the first day I've been live this week. I mean, really, live this week. And so I am so happy to be here. And thank you for joining us. And Jake, I'm so glad to see you.
I know, it's been almost 5 days since I last saw you.
That's the longest we've been apart.
I know.
Oh, Jake. Well, tomorrow, we can have Joey is supposed to be in here. He better be.
So wait, he's not going to be here Friday? He's coming Thursday instead?
He better be here Friday.
Oh, so it's Friday he's coming in.
Tomorrow's not him.
No. Tomorrow is Thursday.
Tomorrow is Thursday. I know these things.
Do I need to get the wall mount calendar for you? with the elder writing, big print?
I'm having a stroke on the air. No, I just had a senior vote. Okay, it is Wednesday. I'm so messed up on my days now. This is actually the show keeps me, in the calendar, and so I have to know what day it is and all that. And today I haven't been paying attention. Anyway, so tomorrow we have Christopher Appel from the Grand.
The Grand, correct.
He's going to be over here.
Now, I'm kind of glad you're having him in tomorrow, because we had him on for the Ticket Stub with Dick and Connor.
Right.
And they dominated that show because it's their show, and the engineer on that show doesn't really get as much play in it as I do here with your show. So I have so many questions to ask him. So I'm super excited you're having him in.
Good. And I'm just telling right now, I'm saying this right now. If anybody brings up the fact that I bring in cheeseburgers or spaghetti and all that into the show, because I just do, and because usually I do always buy popcorn. I always buy popcorn, but that's about it. But anyway, I will kill anybody that does that says, hey, is it okay for people to bring in spaghetti and because I'm in denial that it isn't.
Well, Connor asked him about that, and he didn't. He said, I got friends that'll bring wings into movie theaters, and it's like, why would you bring in wings to a movie theater? It just doesn't make sense. It's so gross and messy, and I stick to my buttery popcorn.
No, well, that's very gross and messy, I'm telling you, but it's as much butter as I put on my popcorn. But I've always been threatened. I wanted to bring over managers from movie theaters so I could talk to them. But I was always so afraid somebody's going to go like, excuse me, I have a friend who brings in, what do you say to them? Do something like that.
I won't say a friend. I'll say Cindy likes to bring in spaghetti.
Thank you. Okay. Jay, we're not doing this on Tuesday, Truthful Tuesday. So it's going to be Thursday, and it's Throwback Thursday, and I'll throw you back. No, if we get into that, I told him, I said, I'll do no gotcha questions or anything like that. He says, oh, no, I'm not worried. Ask me whatever you want to. Because
I don't think he quite knows what Cindy's everything is.
Bill Shepard from in the Woodlands, Cinemark, said, listen, if I come on there, I've got to get all these questions reviewed from my corporate to see if it's okay for you to ask questions.
Really?
Yeah. So when this guy said, just ask me anything, oh, yeah, because Shepard didn't want me to ask him about prices of the candy, where you make all your money, and all that.
Well, we all know where they make their money. It's from the snacks, not from the movie tickets.
No, that's exactly right. And why do you only take $1 off a senior's price? That's just, no, I'm not going to ask him that. But I have a lot of things I love to talk to him about.
If it's Throwback Thursday, I'd like to ask him stuff about, what the biggest changes are that he's seen from the movie theaters when they first came out. And
you could ask me that.
Well,
I've seen more than he has.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. How was that first movie date with Jesus? Was it good?
Oh, step back, Stephanie, step back, because the lightning is coming for this boy. And the name Stephanie that I evoked was because we have a new intern.
Yes, we do.
Stephanie. What is Stephanie's last name?
Flowers.
Wait a minute. I got a Stephanie Flowers and I got a Jake Lafleur.
Which means the flower in French. That's hilarious. Wow, I did not know that.
So already y'all have so much in common, and Jake is.
We're the best interns there are. Flower power.
Yeah, and you're teaching her
to some extent, yes.
Okay.
I hope I'm doing a good job.
She's not going to be hanging out with Richard very much, is she?
No, yeah, she is. I mean, she's here an hour and a half before I get here with nothing but pure dick. So.
Richard. Okay.
Yes, pure Richard. Yes.
I am so sorry, Stephanie, and I want you to filter what he says, what Richard says to you. I call him Richard. They call him Dick. I call him Richard.
Well, when I first met him, it was Dick. I'm Dick Schissler. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, he said that too to me. I went, no, you're Richard. So, anyway, I just want you to filter whatever he says and not take it to heart too much, because I was so afraid that Jake was going to hang out with Richard too much because Richard's so mean to me, and I didn't want that to rub off on Jake.
It's just because we love you. That's all it is,
right.
Cindy. I mean, we truly love you.
You could not like me as a little more. It's okay because you guys are so mean.
So, are we going to have Stephanie on for the second, third, and fourth segment?
Yes, Stephanie's going to be on, and we're going to make sure she wants to stay.
Yes, I think we need to imprint it, even though she, I think, contractually has to be here for 2 weeks.
Right. And if she is not up on what's going on.
Oh, boy. Are you going to throw Comey at her?
Not that. I'm going to talk about, you've heard about what happened this morning.
No, I haven't heard the latest.
Oh, my.
What happened this morning?
Well, this morning, the Republicans from Congress were practicing for the game tomorrow night between the Republicans and the Democrats.
Yes.
And it's an annual thing that's happened. And they raised money for charity. They were expecting about $600,000 this year that they're going to raise for charity. And so many minutes into the practice, all of a sudden, shots rang out. And a guy with they said a rifle, but I think they found out it's an M14 or something like that. And that he started shooting. At them? At them. And he hit, he hit about, I think there were 5 that were wounded.
Nobody killed?
No one killed.
That's good.
The majority whip, Scalias or something, I think that's his name. Anyway, you're going to hear this all day today if you watch the news. But he was hit in the hip. He was standing on second base, and the guy got him in the hip. He fell over, and he started trying to drag himself because everybody scattered as soon as they realized that they got a shooter there, and they all went into. Now, here's what I don't understand. They all went into the dugouts. The dugouts are like concrete.
Were they at the Nationals? They were at National Stadium, or
no? They were in Alexandria, Virginia, at a
minor league facility.
Yes, and so they were going to go play in the big auditorium, not auditorium, the big field there. Stadium. Yeah, I knew there was something like that. I'm not good at this. But anyway, they were going to play there tomorrow night. But they both come and practice. The interesting thing happened. There was one congressman that had to leave early. So he's walking out, and a guy in a blue shirt, blue jeans, stops him and says, "Hey, is that the Republicans or the Democrats playing there?" And he said, "Republicans." He said, "Oh, okay." So the guy went on, didn't think anything about it. He's going, he starts hearing these reports, and it was the guy that comes back with assault rifle, whatever they call them, M14, and a pistol, because he shot everything that was in his rifle, and then he went to the pistol and started shooting. This guy must have been a terrible shot.
Well, so we got
These
this,
are sitting ducks.
According to CNN.com, Arizona Senator Jeff Flake said that he saw a member of, I don't know, I'm going to butcher this name, Scalias,
Yeah, Scalise.
Scalise's security detail returned fire on the gunman, what felt like for 10 minutes, even though the police officer was wounded in the leg. So he was returning fire even though wounded. 50 shots would be an understatement, I'm quite sure, Flake said.
Right.
So 50-plus shots were fired.
What was interesting, too, was that among those congressmen, there are people that are former, military people.
Military, yeah.
And so these guys go right into
Train
their
tactic mode.
And so they start trying to get to Scalise out on second base to render aid because he became motionless. And they finally figured out that the shooter's down. And so they went out there and started rendering aid to him. And the guy said came to him. He says, "Look, I've been through Vietnam. I've been through Afghanistan. I've seen all this, and I'm going to keep you alive, okay?" And so he did. They put, of course, pressure to the wound. They had one congressman had to take his belt off and put it around one of the, I think it was a staff member that was shot in the leg. And so all this happened, and they don't know if there's other shooters out there. They don't know what's going on, and it's scary.
You got to imagine there had to be just a ton of not Social Security, Secret Service out there.
Only for Scalise because he is a major leader, so he has Secret Service with him, and then they called the Virginia police, the Alexandria police, and they were there like in 3 minutes. And the ones who were there trying to bring him down, they did have people there with guns that stopped his shooting. Which it would have been a massacre because they were sitting ducks. He could have sat there and went bam, bam, bam.
If he was a good shot,
Yeah.
that would have been terrible because they're literally confined to just this enclosed, trapped space. So Texas lawmaker Roger Williams, he's a Republican, Roger Williams, his aide got shot. Zach Barth, who's a legislative correspondent in his office, was shot this morning at baseball practice.
Right.
He tweeted that out at 11:04 this morning.
One congressman was injured, but he was diving into the dugout, trying to get away from the shooter, and that's how he was injured. And it was the congressmen are seeing the shooter. He's moving all around the field, and they've got a dugout full of the people that were on the field in the dugout hiding.
Yeah.
They see him start to come toward them. Then they hear fire coming from behind the dugout, and as the officer coming around, and he says, "Everybody stay down," and they got the guy. So
Trump's going to make a speech here at 10:30 local time, 11:30 Eastern. I'll try to follow that as much as I can.
Yes, this is something because this is supposed to happen tomorrow night. They don't know if they're going to call the game or go ahead and do it and just this is for you, whoever did this. It was a white guy, about 40 to 50. This is how he was described, and had jeans and a shirt on, like he was going to go, work out.
Yeah, so it was only 8 miles away from the White House where this took place.
Yeah, and so it's going to be, everybody, all they want to know is who was the guy, what was your problem, what was the motive.
They don't have a motive right now, but so according to CNN, much too early to determine the shooter's motive. So Trump's son came out and said that he thinks there is a relation. So Trump's son tweets connects shooting to New York City Julius Caesar play in relation to this.
Right, because I was going to talk about that, like these things that they keep doing, and I'm so ashamed of Time Warner. I worked for them for 10 years with them, and Time Warner is not pulling their support for this play. I mean, 2 or 3 people have pulled,
Yeah, a ton of sponsors have come out of this.
Yeah, and said they pulled out. But Time Warner's staying in, and you just go like, ugh, you're so crazy. But anyway, and it said they got a standing ovation the other night after they did this. It's really graphic, and I'm sure if you watch any TV or just passing through the news, you saw this play going on. If you hadn't, you can just go to YouTube and see what they're doing. But it's ridiculous.
We'll have to see if Stephanie knows anything about that.
I can't wait. If Stephanie is up on this kind of stuff, she is going to have so much fun on this show. But we do want to talk about Dennis Rodman and his peace trip to North Korea, and then the win of the Warriors. The Warriors, win?
Golden State's Warriors.
Golden State Warriors.
Championship
See?
win. Yes.
Did I say right? Yes.
Yes.
And LeBron James going and hugging the winner. I thought that was really sweet. But anyway, we'll talk about that. And you guys stay with us. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you, Wooten Financial Group, for sponsoring us. And we'll be right back. Don't go away. We're going to meet Stephanie. She's beautiful. Beautiful.
Every week I get asked the same two questions. Am I ready to retire? Will my savings last for our lifetime? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. If these two questions are on your mind, we'd like to help. We have a simple, introductory client experience that allows us to get to know you and includes a few meetings for you to kick the tires at no charge. We'll provide you with a one-page summary that helps you get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for you. To take the first step to a clear direction for your retirement, call Wooten Financial at 936-449-5952. That's 936-449-5952. Or visit us on the web at wootenfinancial.com. That's WOOTTON financial.com. Get started today.
Lone Star Community Radio is ready for the summer. If you or anyone you know is looking for a summer internship, Lone Star Community Radio is a great place to learn the radio and TV business. Contact the station at info@irlonestar.com or call the station's message line at 936-647-3776. Lone Star Community Radio offers a great opportunity to those interested in learning about the radio world.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for listening. We know that you really have a choice. Of course you have a choice, but you've made the right one if you can hear the sound of my voice. We're on 106.1 in Conroe and 104.5 as you go to Willis, Waverly, and then we drift quite a bit. The signal drifts.
So, yeah, I made the drive yesterday, and on my way home I was listening to Rick the Reluctant Cowboy, and I got to Willis, and I made my little turn off onto 14, whatever it is, going back into the deep woods of Sam Houston National Forest. And,
right.
And, yeah, I got about a mile into it, and I lost it. So it's not that deep in there.
Wait a minute. You were driving along the road of the Sam Houston National Forest?
Yeah, going back. So I exit in Willis, and then I don't even know what the road actually is.
It's 1097.
1097, that's what it is.
Yes.
And I take 1097.
Let's give them directions to your house.
About a mile. Well, you got a long ways to go from Willis. It's about a 30-minute ride from there. So, yeah, but about a mile into that forest, I lost it.
You passed right by my street.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, off 1097.
Oh, you're...
No, not. You were going down Calvary, not 1097.
No, 1097.
No.
Yeah.
1097 doesn't take you to the Sam Houston Forest.
Yeah, it does. Where 1097 meets with 150.
Huh. Well, I'm off of, I'm not going to, yeah, so.
Yeah, tell me where you live. Draw me a map, Cindy.
Everybody get your GPS out. Here we go.
Let's have a group party over at Cindy's tonight. Sam will welcome us. It'll be a change of scenery.
Yeah, and Maddie needs somebody else to bark at, so it'll be great if y'all could just come on over.
And you know, little Sam and little Sam and Cindy would love if I was there.
Oh, they would. No, they would love it. I did need to say. Oh man, Oh, I know what it was. Christopher Appel.
Appel. Okay.
That's how you say his name, because I want to say Apple.
Yeah, I think it's Appel.
Okay, because your brain is dyslexic, and he has the E before the L, and you want to just, the E after the L, and so you want to just change that and make it Apple. But it's Christopher Appel, and if you've ever been to the Grand Theater in Conroe, he's the manager. He's, I think, one of the managers, right? Is he the general manager, or is he? He's the oldest manager there.
I don't know.
I think he is. And so anyway, I had this little mishap. In the parking lot, my tire went flat. I was by myself. I wasn't even going to tell anybody I was going to go to the show because I wanted to go see the Mummy. So I left Cindy and Samuel at a pool party, and I said, now I've got 2 hours, and hurry up and go see a movie. So I went and saw the movie. I came back out. The tire is flat. Now I have to call everybody and tell them I've been at the movies. So I have to call Sam first of all. I can't tell you how long and drawn out the sigh was when I said, look, I've got a flat tire at the movie. Can you call AAA? He says, no, you have to call AAA. And I said, well, I don't have the card in my billfold. He goes, you didn't put that. I told you that card needs to stay on your body all the time. Why do you not have the card? And I said, because I just don't have it. Okay, I don't have it. And he says, I know where it is. It's probably in the visor of the Cadillac. I'm like, yeah. I said, but I'm in the Suburban. So because Samantha's got the Cadillac, she's singing, and so he said, he did the sigh again. I don't know why he didn't hyperventilate. But anyway, he's sighing, and I'm going, please, can you just, he says, all right, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to come by there. I'm going to give you, and my phone. I didn't have my phone. That was the other thing I didn't have. I was taking the phone of Christopher, and
he is the GM,
yeah,
by the way, yeah.
Okay, the GM, and calling Sam. And it's so embarrassing because I'm having to act like, oh, okay, it's great. Okay, thank you, honey, because the guy's standing right, Chris is standing right there, so I don't want to go like, what? Don't talk to me like that. What do you mean doing? Shut up.
I'm surprised Sam still puts up with you. If I were him, you called from another phone, but if I were him, I wouldn't answer your phone calls anymore.
He thought it was going to be the plumber or something, so he answered it. And so when it was me, he was very disappointed. He went, what happened? Where are you? What do I need to do? So anyway, I said, I'm going to drop off my phone. I'm going to bring your card to you, and then you're going to do this yourself because I'm not staying. Of course, he comes and he stays and tells me what I did wrong the whole time that he's there. I said, you can go now. I think I'm good. And so anyway.
You don't know how to change a flat tire?
I probably would if I had to. But you have AAA. You don't have to. They'll do it for you. And so why would I want to be perspiring?
Sweaty.
Yeah, but I glow. And so why would I want to do that if I have this card that he pays money on, they'll come do it for you. So in fact, if I'm in your car and you get a flat, I can use it for you.
I know.
Okay.
But I know how to change a flat tire, and it doesn't take me half an hour to do it.
Oh, this guy was like the Indy 500. Yeah,
NASCAR pit stop crew.
Yeah. He's just like, and was doing it. So he was great and loved to talk the whole time. But anyway, I want to tell you why I brought this story up is because I went and I put my head down, where I see the managers and I see Chris, but I had never met Chris, formally.
Yeah.
And so I'm just standing there and I went, excuse me. I said, may I borrow your phone because I've got a flat out there and I've got to call my husband. Would that be okay? I'm so sorry. And he said, sure. And I want to tell you, I listened to your show, and I really like your show. And I went, what? And he goes, yeah. And I said, wait a minute, did you come on a show called The Ticket Stub? And he said, yeah, Connor and them. And I said, yes. They stole you from me because I told them this is my territory. You were supposed to come on my show. And he said, so you listen to my show, The Cindy Cochran Show? And he goes, yes. I thought maybe he thought it was some, the reluctant cowboy or something.
Who else would you be here?
Well, I wanted to make sure it was who he thought it was. So anyway, he said, yeah, and I really like it. And I went, that's great. I said, you want to be on my show? And he said, sure. And so we set up the time. And by the time Sam got there,
you had a guest.
I had a guest. I had his card, and it was great fun.
So that's how we're getting him in tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, he'll be here tomorrow, and he's going to talk about what's coming up, which is perfect because he'll be talking about what starts tomorrow. And what's coming up, and he did tell me, he gave me this little insight that Wonder Woman was burying the mummy.
Burying? What do you mean burying the mummy? Like
burying. Burying. Burying.
Burying.
Yes, burying the
like
mummy.
Lowering into the ground.
Yes.
Like digging a grave. You're burying a body. Yes.
Right. Okay, now speaking of that, hey, Stephanie, it's so good to have you here. This is Stephanie Flowers, our new intern. And I have to talk. I know a lot of Flowers. I mean, I know people with their last name Flowers. And so I'll have to say, do you know these people? Just like everybody else probably does. And they go like, no, I don't. But you're from Houston.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay.
What part of Houston?
Mainly in the Woodlands around.
Okay, so you're from the Woodlands.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm not a sir. Don't make me feel older than I already feel.
What are you gonna call me?
Grandma.
You can't. It's okay.
The 14th disciple.
That's the influence of Richard. See, so that's why I don't want to hang around him. Anyway, you can call me whatever you want to. You can call me Grandma. It's okay. I have a lot of kids. My grandchildren's friends all call me Grandma, and that's kind of weird. But
not really.
I couldn't wait to be called Mrs. something. I thought that was so cool to be
Mrs.
Mrs.
Cochran.
Yeah, and of course people in the South will say Miss Cindy. Miss Cindy, how you doing?
How
What's
you
going
doing,
on?
sweetheart?
Yeah, that's how we say it, and we sound
How you
polite.
doing, child?
But if you're from the Woodlands, you probably never heard of that, right?
Well,
No, I'm kidding.
because like the Woodlands and even Houston and this part of Texas, it's a different form of South than Georgia or Louisiana or
Yeah,
we're
that sophisticated, classy South.
we're our own state, our own nation. It's
We don't recognize anybody else except us. We're the biggest and the best, and that's all there is to it. But Stephanie, were you born in Texas or?
Yeah, I was born in Texas. I was born in around downtown Houston because you lived in Sugar Land at the time.
Oh, really?
But at the time, they didn't have a hospital there, so we had to go down to Houston in order to find one.
In Sugar Land. Okay.
In Sugar Land.
Yeah.
So Sugar Land's over from where I grew up. I grew up in Katy, so that's close to my neck of the woods.
But man, they have so grown up. It's ridiculous.
You know what the fun thing to do in Sugar Land is now is the Skeeters. And if anybody from Conroe ever wants to go spend a day, go do a day game on a Saturday, drive down to the Skeeters. I don't even know what they're not anything MLB related, but it's a baseball team that plays down there in a adult men's league.
Yeah.
And it's one step up from a beer league, and it's one step down from the minors. So they're a ton of fun to go to. They have dollar beer nights, dollar hot dog nights, give away tons of stuff. It's a lot of fun. That's about the only reason why I go to Sugar Land.
Well, now you have another reason.
Now I do.
Okay. But you don't live there anymore. You live in Houston
Yes, ma'am.
proper, right? Are you East End, South? Yeah, I guess you didn't want to say that. Okay. Anyway,
Do you go to high school?
I go to the Woodlands High School.
Okay, that's cool.
the Woodlands High School. Wow.
What is that like?
Great
We
memories.
played them in lacrosse in high school, and I always hated playing them because I always thought they were stuck up, Richie, too good for you because you're public school
Well, if you're
from
playing
Katy.
lacrosse, I mean that's not like baseball or football. Lacrosse is like a foreign game.
It's not a foreign game. It may be from Yankee Land, but it's not a foreign game.
Well, that's pretty foreign. No.
Anything north of I-10 is foreign?
Yeah, that's really. As the older you get, it gets further away. Okay, Stephanie, but why do you want to be in radio?
I want to go mainly into like the producing for a radio station. Like I want to be like what Richard does with all like the producing and everything. How like you're just kind of behind the scenes and everything just kind of like comes to you and like nonstop work. Like my first day I came into the station, I absolutely fell in love with it. Because I came in and we had like shows coming in and out, like people come in like 5 minutes before they're on air, then leave like 30 seconds afterwards, and then more people would come in. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Oh,
It's
that's
like meeting
wonderful.
all these new people within like a very short amount of time, and just watching them go from like regular talking people to suddenly being on air, like their whole character and everything. I thought that was like absolutely amazing.
I know.
You see a big transformation in people, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Now, do you think I do a big transformation?
No, you are one of the select few that starts crazy and goes through it crazy and ends crazy.
Okay, enough of that. I am. That's why it's called Real Reality Radio here, because we want to try and keep it real, and that I'm so transparent. It's nauseating because it's too much sometimes. They hold back. TMI. Okay, so Stephanie, we have to delve into more detail. And you are 17?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How did I know that? I'm getting so good at ages. So you're 17, and we're going to talk about
I think Richard told you.
when I was 17. No. Richard said it was a good guy. He said, do you want to interview him?
Oh, really? There
Yeah.
was supposed to be a guy intern?
No, that's what he just said. We have a new intern. Do you want
Wow.
to interview him?
Wow.
So,
Richard is so rude.
but I wasn't confused long when I walked in.
I sure hope not.
You weren't confused long?
No,
you weren't confused at all?
It took a minute for me. I can't tell the boys and girls. No, It's great. So, Stephanie, just brace yourself.
Are we going to flashback
Be
to
ready.
to when you were 17?
When I was 17,
1562?
the earth was new. Shut up. Okay. Where's my shut up, Jake?
Shut up, Jake.
I need that. We need to do, every time him or Richard say anything, I need a tape that says, shut up, Jake. Okay. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. And you know that means Real Reality Radio. And we thank the Wooten Financial Group for their support and their sponsorship. We will be right back and learn more about this beautiful new intern we have named Stephanie.
Every week I get asked the same two questions. Am I ready to retire? Will my savings last for our lifetime? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. If these two questions are on your mind, we'd like to help. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know you and includes a few meetings for you to kick the tires at no charge. We'll provide you with a one-page summary that helps you get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for you. To take the first step to a clear direction for your retirement, call Wooten Financial at 936-449-5952. That's 936-449-5952. Or visit us on the web at wootenfinancial.com. That's WOOTTON financial.com. Get started today.
We're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. I have with me right here, right now, Stephanie Flowers. Stephanie Flowers, boy, I just have this feeling the person you would be drawn to would have a, really good Texas name, like Austin, something like
real Southern with not a thick accent necessarily.
My boyfriend's name is Austin.
Oh my word!
Wait, is his last name Beatty?
Shut up! Oh my gosh, y'all are crazy.
We are just psychic and a half.
We're just doing.
Or we are that good of stalkers.
What's that? Oh, we asked the right questions right before we come on air. Okay. We're doing Steve Tyrell. What is that? What's the guy's name that's on Bravo? He does. I think it's Bravo.
Nobody under the age of 100 watches Bravo.
Shut up. He's the guy that does all the. He's a young kid, blonde hair, and he talks to the people that have gone over to the other side.
Paranormal Activity guys?
Yeah, he's just the sweetest looking guy. He just looks like an angel, and you just have to believe he believes what he's saying, and so he's amazing. He knows everything that's going on with you and your family and what your family wants to say. And what's so cool about it? Now, I'm not saying I subscribe to this or anything like that, but I'm just saying he doesn't know who he walks. He's in there and he's talking to all these celebrities, very well-known celebrities. He went and sat down with Marlee Matlin, and he didn't know who she was, what she did. He knew she was deaf, and she's signing. And then one of the Kardashians, he didn't know that. He doesn't watch TV. He doesn't go to movies, so he doesn't have a clue when he walks in this place, and he's very young, who he's talking to. But he starts telling him all this stuff, and these celebrities just eat him with a spoon because he tells them things that they go, there's no way this guy could know. No way he could know that. And they have people sitting in another room that are relatives, and she'll ask something about it, and he starts talking about this other relative, and it just freaks everybody out because they know it. So one day we'll have to talk about that kind of activity and
the paranormal side of things.
And everybody has their opinion, their feeling about it, and so I certainly think there's another dimension that's going on right now all around us. There's dimensions of history and things that are happening all around us, and we can only see this dimension. And it's 3 dimensions, so I think there's a 4th or 5th that's going on, happening right now. And Stephanie's going, I hope she's not getting ready to ask me what dimension, because I don't have my 3D glasses on. But anyway, it's just an interesting subject matter to me. It does.
I want to go back through the 70s and 80s with you, Cindy. Or 60s even. I want to go and experience what you experienced.
I was so boring. Everyone around me was so hopped up on something, and they were so there with because I didn't know anything about drugs. I didn't know anything about I didn't drink. Wasn't allowed to drink, and I'm very conservative in this Christian home, and I never, we don't dance, we don't do anything, and but all around me, I am totally surrounded by 60s rebellious, kids and everything else going on there. And it's just amazing to me how stupid I was, and that I got through this without, anything bad happening to me.
Hey,
No, it was amazing. So I
think the majority of people go through that through their teen years, though.
really don't know what's going on,
and just don't really pay attention to the potential consequences.
Right.
And when they get into their late 20s, they're like, wow, how did I get through that without something horrific happening?
I believe I flew with the radar. I never flew under the radar. I was right there, and it's amazing. I look back on that, and it is scary. But Stephanie, you're in today. You're 17 years old, and you're right here in today. Stephanie, can you read cursive?
Oh, yes.
I can.
You can?
Slightly. Just depends on how well they do it. I did it for like a year in 3rd grade.
See?
That's the last time.
How well can you write it?
I can barely do my own signature. I can do like pretty little H's and I's and stuff like that.
See? It's not needed. It's a dead art. We're in the 21st century.
I am scaring so many people over the age of 60 that are going, what? And like he was saying, he can't read his grandmother's, letters and stuff because they're in cursive. Mm-hmm. And there was a sign that said, like, do not enter, and my granddaughter couldn't read it because it was in cursive. I said, well, you see what that sign said? And she goes, but it's in cursive. I can't read that. And I went, what? That was my first introduction. Wait a minute. She says, well, we don't do cursive in school. Everybody prints. And so I went, that's true. And now everybody's, it's going paperless. You're not going to need pens. You're not going to need to write. You just vocalize what you want to have done. And that's what's going to happen. That's how it's going to all happen. So I've just been asking different people that are under the age of a certain age.
What was the other youth question you asked the other day? You had another one.
Cursive.
Do you have your own car?
Yes, I do have my own car.
You do have your own car.
Yes, sir.
Did you get yours did you get your license when you turned 16?
I was very, very eager to get my license at 16, but we had just moved back into the country. So I sadly had to wait like another 6 months. And that was like, I'm very, very one that likes to get things done very soon.
Yeah.
So a lot of my different friends, like they're like 17, 18, and they still don't have their license. And I don't understand.
So, what country did you come back from?
I was in Canada my freshman year.
Oh, your freshman year. Just 1 year. You were
just
Canada.
1 year.
Okay.
Like a mini vacation.
Mini vacation? What were you there for, your dad?
Yeah, we're there for my dad's oil company. And we're supposed to be there for like 5 years, but they're like, just kidding.
Come on home.
But aren't the men in Canada the most beautiful people you've ever seen?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I couldn't believe it. I was hyperventilating and salivating the whole time. I was 16 years old, and I went with my aunt and uncle to Canada for the Expo '67. So we're driving in there, and we have some car problem, and it stops. And when he stops, all these guys come around their car and saying, can we help you, and all that. And my accent got so thick because they went, you're from Texas, say something. And I went, what do y'all want me to say? And I said, it was so
well,
pathetic.
shucks.
It was pathetic, but they just loved it. Oh, say something else.
Wait, so what does that make guys like Austin and I? Are we just,
Chop liver?
Chop liver? Yeah, dog meat? Come on.
No, it was just, I just couldn't believe it. The women were not very attractive, but these men all looked like models. It was stupid. I couldn't believe it. I said, are we in a side of town that we shouldn't be in or something? Because these guys, they were just beautiful.
Don't worry, Austin Beatty. I'm sticking up for you and I, man. We're gonna conquer this.
No, but if you want a real man, you got to have one from Texas.
I'll tell you what.
These guys probably wouldn't know how to rope a cow. But anyway, so you came from Canada.
Yes, ma'am.
And so Austin must be something for you to have lived that long in Canada, and then you came back and chose somebody named Austin.
Well, wait. Before we completely talk of Austin, how long have y'all been together?
We've been together almost 2 months.
Oh, it's new. Oh, poor Austin right now. He's at some college orientation freaking out.
Should we? Okay, well, I just didn't know whether to start playing the shower or not.
I know, that's why
2 months. Sure. 2 months is a long time nowadays.
I can throw him a heck of a bachelor party.
I'm telling you. So, but actually, she needs to marry you so she doesn't need to change her name. She just changes it to French.
She just adds a la in front of it.
Le Fleur. Now, I am French now. But that's something. So 2 months, and you're not talking wedding or anything. You're talking college exams.
No, ma'am, I'm still in high school.
So you said he's at a college orientation. Where is he thinking about going?
He's going to Lone Star his first year, and then his second year is going up to Boston and Emerson for film school.
Wow, film school?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
Boston is a great place to go to college and live temporarily. Mm-hmm. I would never live there long term. I don't think I could stand the cold weathers for more than 4 years.
It's the accent that gets me.
I don't mind the accent, and they're so pushy. They're so because they have to fight for everything. They're so limited on space and resources up there.
Oh yeah.
Where in Texas, we've just got land galore. We don't have to pile up on top of each other. It's nice.
That's their choice, though.
I know.
But good grief, quit being so the way that they talk to us. When I would call New York for some business reason, and they would have the most condescending, because of an accent, because we're from Texas, that means we're stupid, and then we're slow, and then all that. And I actually got to know some production people that came down here, and they couldn't believe how nosy we were. And I said, why do you think we're nosy? Because every restaurant we go to, the lady waiting on us would come up there and say, "Hi, what y'all doing? Hey, where are you from? What's going on? What are y'all here for? You do movies? Oh my, tell me about who you know. Do you know Jack Nichols?" I mean, he said, these people are so nosy. And I said, that's not being nosy, that's being friendly. What's wrong with y'all?
It's politeness. That's what it is. I mean, you talk to people from other states, even Oklahoma, Louisiana, all around our border, they compliment us on our politeness.
That's right, and it's the way that she bonds with you and gets a bigger tip. So anyway, that's how we roll.
You look how Miss Stephanie over here started out her show today. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's the Texas way of life.
That's right, and you can call me Miss Cindy.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Sandy.
Miss Cindy.
How you doing, child?
How you doing? So if your mom is listening right now.
You did a great job raising your daughter.
Yes, you did. You know how he just jumps right in there. That is what I was going to say. No, you're supposed to be feeding me the lines into my ear, and then
I know, but we're getting ready to go to a break, and I'm trying to speed up your process.
Ain't no way you're going to do that. Okay, so we hear the music. Stephanie, you know what that means. We got to go to break, and what show is everybody listening to?
The Cindy Crawford Show.
Yes!
No, not Cochran.
Cochran. It's good. First day. There we go. Woo! Woo!
Why, thank you. That's a good compliment. I like that. Okay, you're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, and I understand why she made the mistake. It's okay. But we thank Wooten Financial Group for sponsoring us, and Stephanie will be right back, I think. Okay.
Every week I get asked the same two questions. Am I ready to retire? Will my savings last for our lifetime? Hi, this is Chris Wooten with Wooten Financial Group. Our firm has been in Montgomery County for decades, but the hopes and dreams of the people we serve never change. If these two questions are on your mind, we'd like to help. We have a simple introductory client experience that allows us to get to know you and includes a few meetings for you to kick the tires at no charge. We'll provide you with a one-page summary that helps you get a better handle on which questions are the right questions for you. To take the first step to a clear direction for your retirement, call Wooten Financial at 936-449-5952. That's 936-449-5952. Or visit us on the web at wootenfinancial.com. That's WOOTTON financial.com. Get started today.
on Lone Star Radio. Listen to the Cindy Cochran Show.
Boy, are you. That was Sydney's. That was Sydney's.
She doesn't even know her own name.
Because I thought you said Sydney. Cindy, that was Stephanie's punishment. She had to come on and introduce me.
Poor
so
child.
She'll never forget that name ever. I can't wait for you to engineer one of my shows. You start engineering the show. Now, do you think by the end of the summer you will start engineering some shows?
I would love to. That's definitely my end goal.
Okay.
So
okay.
we'll have to see, because technically the program is, 3 weeks? 2 weeks,
Like
3
2
weeks?
weeks.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see if she gets the special invitation to come back on. I'm going to push Richard to say yes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we like
Just
her.
sneak back in.
Even though,
Just show up. He won't kick you out. He
even
hasn't
though,
kicked me out yet, and technically I'm not employed. So
no, here's the deal though. It keeps him from having to work with me. So his job is golden. Fine. But Stephanie, just the only problem with Stephanie engineering is that she has a face for television.
television.
She has a face for television, not for radio, and so, but it's okay.
That's why
It's
I'm
okay.
at the radio. Because
I have a body for radio. But I love this. I love this. I was never expecting to do this again. Is to do television. I thought like that was over with. I wanted to do radio, and just let me, sink into the sunset and in radio with just a voice.
let the voice be the aphrodisiac.
Let the what? Did you say a nasty word?
No, that's not a nasty word. It's the aphrodisiac. That's the drawing point. That's what brings your audience in, is that beautiful voice of yours.
This is a family show, and I want you to stop talking like
Nothing that I said was not family oriented. What are you talking about?
I know. We have Carly.
Get your mind out of the
Carly
gutter.
Crimmon. Carly Crimmon is over here as our audience, in our audience, and she is going crazy. I know aphrodisiac is not a bad word. I was kidding him.
Oysters are aphrodisiacs. Does that make oysters inappropriate?
Oh, they're inappropriate regardless.
I love oysters.
My word. Why would you take that slimy thing? Oh.
It's like a giant booger going down your throat.
Oh,
That's all
my
it is.
word. Okay. If it wasn't bad, I know that'll never happen. I'll never eat one of those again. Oh, that's just horrible. I mean, there's not enough, dip or anything like that to cover up the texture and
Stephanie,
all that stuff.
do you like oysters?
No, I do not.
Sushi?
enjoy oysters.
Are you a sushi person?
Oh, I love sushi.
What's the difference? One comes on a shell, one comes on seaweed.
Just standard.
Texture. I think texture's everything.
Yeah,
because-
sushi's classy.
Okay, I can't stand sushi. I was at an ESPN event. We were shooting it, and so they said you can go in there. We're gonna serve food, and so the president of this company, big deal, comes over and says, "Here, you guys got to try the sushi." And I went, "Sure." And so I took a big bite of it, and it's like, as soon as you add saliva to this thing, it goes in my mouth, and I'm going, because I was trying to spit it out. I was just going to spit it out, and it wouldn't happen because he's standing there talking to me, and I go like, and I'm trying to,
And it was expanding
and
in
it
your
was
mouth?
expanding, and it looked like I was getting ready to blow up.
Like the girl who ate the blueberry thing at the Charlie Chocolate Factory.
That's exactly what it just. I'm going like, what am I? Is this going to start coming out like dribbling out of my mouth? And I'm trying and laughing and so finally he turns around, and I turn and just in my hand. So now my hand is full of this stuff, and it was just so I was, if he shakes my hand, what am I going to? Anyway, so it was miserable, and that stuff tasted. I hated the texture.
I didn't know sushi grew.
It does. Is the rice or whatever? Something in my saliva gland.
It expanded that big.
Where I was going.
That's hilarious.
But it was like, and then it was just like, oh.
That's
bad.
the Willy Wonka flavor.
Yeah, I did
expanding sushi.
I did not like that joke. But anyway, it's so cool looking to eat, and it looks like it's supposed to be, like you're really with it if you eat sushi. I mean, that's what it looks like. I mean, it's kind of like a peer pressure thing, like you got to do this. But so that's your favorite food. Now, what you like to go to the movies?
Yes, ma'am. I love the movies.
You love the movies.
What good movie have you seen this summer so far?
Let's see. I recently just saw Guardians of the Galaxy and the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
What'd you think of the new Pirates?
Oh, it was amazing. I'm a huge fan of Pirates of the Caribbean ever since I was like a little girl. Like,
yeah, see, same, and I think it's different. I think people our age, we were a little younger when we first started watching them, and so we like them a little more. Than,
Go ahead, leave me out of the conversation.
Yeah, I'm leaving you out. I don't want. Yeah. Well, Fridays it is the Jake and Joey show, so you're just a bystander.
Well, I probably am the only one that saw The Mummy. Did you see The Mummy?
I haven't seen The Mummy yet, but I've heard terrible things about it.
Well, here's the deal. Somebody asked me what about The Mummy? I say, if you like zombies, you're gonna like The Mummy. Zombies went out with. Are zombies still relevant, or didn't they go out?
It's a photo. It's a fad. It's
that's
one of
what I
those.
mean.
It's like vampires. Vampires had that phase when the Twilight series came out, and then they had the Vampire Diaries and all this stuff, and just like the zombies, they had the Walking Dead and World War Z.
And I think it was just overdone. I don't think anyone watched the rushes well enough to see, this is going to be a lot of zombies in this movie, and they're kind of overtaking Tom Cruise's, part. So Tom Cruise did a great job. I think everything else except zombies were okay.
Are you a Tom Cruise fan? Do you like that hair?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I think he is terrible. But
no.
I don't think he's that attractive, and I think if more women met him in person, I think they would find him less attractive. When they find out that he's 5 foot tall.
Yeah, he's very short. When I did the Tonight Show, they took me to a premiere, and the premiere was his first. Reckless was his first. Well, wasn't his first movie, but Reckless was.
One of his first major movies, yeah.
But and so he was supposed to be there. All the people who were in there were supposed to be there, and I thought I didn't know who he was at that time, but after he did that in the underwear, Captain Underpants thing that he danced into, that was all it took. Yeah. That was a
listen to it by myself.
Stop it! I'm gonna have to go with the movie. That was a good movie. Listen, tomorrow we've got the general manager of the Grand Theater, and we're just gonna tell him ask all kind of questions. And Stephanie, you have any questions? Be sure and remember those questions for me. Stephanie, thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Carly Crimmin, for being audience, and of course always Jake Lafleur for being the engineer. That's what everyone loves so much.
Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, let me say, this is the Cindy Cochran Show. We'll be back tomorrow. And wow, he just takes over. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and the Wooten Financial Group for sponsoring this craziness. We'll be back. Thank you. Have a great day. It's the sun's out. Wait. Yeah, it's kind of out.
Kind of.
The Cindy Cochran Show, real reality radio.
This program is sponsored by the Wooten Financial Group. It is not the intent of Wooten Financial Group to render or offer personalized investment advice or financial planning advice through this radio program or any related website. Wooten Financial Group's participation in this program is limited to providing general information on financial matters and should not be construed as financial recommendation or investment advice. Investment advisory services are offered through Game Plan Advisors, Inc., a registered investment advisor registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission and the state of Texas. Insurance services are offered through Wooten Financial Group, Inc. Game Plan Advisors and Wooten Financial Group, Inc. are affiliated through common ownership, and neither firm is affiliated with The Cindy Cochran Show. No listener should assume that any information presented and or made available on this program serves as the receipt of or a substitute for personalized individual advice from Game Plan Advisors, Wooten Financial Group, or any of their representatives.
Hi, this is Cindy Cochran, and I want to thank you for checking out The Cindy Cochran Show and invite you to listen live every weekday morning from 10 to 11 on FM 106.1 and on 104.5 and globally on irlonestar.com. The show you just fell in love with was recorded and will be posted on our podcast channels on iTunes and Google Play. You can even watch the show on our YouTube and on TV with our City TV Channel 12 on Suddenlink. So make sure to subscribe to keep up with me. My Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show, is always a good place to contact me through messages, to interact live on the air and ask questions, make suggestions, whatever. Special shout out to the show title sponsor, the Wooten Financial Group.
Thanks for checking out this podcast of Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's community radio station. If you enjoyed this recording, make sure to check out our past shows online at irlonestar.com or their respective video or podcast formats on YouTube, Google Play, or iTunes. If you have any questions regarding the show, either it being about sponsorships or questions for the host, contact the station manager at dick@irlonestar.com or call the station at 936-647-3776. This show was recorded in downtown Conroe, Texas at the Lone Star Community Radio Studios, and Lone Star Community Radio reserves all rights to this recording and images.